going to go ahead and log in. And it's probably going to land me on my dashboard view, and it does. So it's going to take me here to my dashboard view. Everyone's dashboard is going to look a little bit different. It does recognize automatically that I'm an instructor. So it gives me my published courses along with my unpublished courses. And over here on the right-hand side, I've got some to-dos. This is a really nice place to look and see what you've got coming up on one of your calendars, and also anything that needs to be graded in Canvas. Each of these links will take you directly to the item in the Canvas classroom. This is the card view. So I've got a card for each of my classes here. And you'll notice that I've added an image that's optional. One of my unpublished courses has just the color on the card. You can also put a color overlay, which I believe is the default. If you click on the three dots here, you can click it. Right now I've got it unselected, but if I select color overlay, it's going to add a color that matches the font. You can also change the font to anything you want, and you might wonder why that is important, and it really isn't totally important, but it is really helpful in the calendar view if you're looking at multiple classes at a time. I don't like color overlay, so I'm going to go ahead and check on that one again. A common question I get from students is, where is my class? I don't see it in Canvas. It's only going to show up for students once you've got the class published, but it also needs to be in their favorites. And it should be as a default, but sometimes it doesn't show up that way. I'm going to go to courses. This is going to give me the same listing of published and unpublished courses, but I can click on all courses here at the bottom. That gives me every single class I've ever either taught or been a part of in Canvas. You'll notice that a bunch of these are starred. The ones that are starred are the ones that show up in my dashboard. So your student might scroll through here and see that the class that they're looking for hasn't been starred. So I could say, for example, take this Math 146 out of my dashboard by unselecting it. I'm going to go ahead and click on the star again. So we've covered dashboard, we've covered courses. I also want to show you what is in the account tab. A great place to make just some minor changes is in notifications. Notifications is how Canvas alerts you when you're not in the Canvas site. It's got your email listed here. If you want something different than the email listed, you can change that in settings. I tend to stick with the default, but if you want to make some changes, you certainly can. All you need to do is just hover and click on one of these icons and change it to any of these things, and it will notify you per the one that you've clicked in your email. The one that I do like to change is submission comment. This is a comment that a student has replied to me when I've given them feedback. So I graded, I gave them feedback, and they wanted to reply to me. Unfortunately, those don't just show up in my inbox. They show up in their own little inbox, which is the submission comment. So I like those to show up in my email. So I did click on this one and change it to notify immediately. So lots of things that you can change and adjust if you want to. There are also some other good tools here. I encourage you to look through them, but for the most part, I really only mess with settings and notifications. The calendar view will let you look at either one or multiple courses at a time. This is a really nice way to get some things adjusted for your classes. Let's see, if I click on some of them, you'll see why it's nice to have a couple of different fonts. And I guess right now it's summer, so you're not seeing all my different fonts, but you can see where if there were multiple classes, it would be nice to have some different fonts or some different colors on those fonts. So that's the calendar view. If I go into my inbox, the inbox is where I interact with students. So I've got my student messages over here. I can go ahead and compose a message to either one of my students or all of my students. Canvas Commons is, I'm going to skip history, but Canvas Commons is a place where you can share information with either faculty on campus or faculty that are also teaching Canvas. are teaching in Canvas, and there are also some help tools here. So lots of different features in the Canvas platform.